All right, thanks, guys. Happy Friday. The weekend is finally here. We've gone 21-9-2 in our last 32 Patreon picks. We're 5-1 in our last 6 daily best plays, a perfect 6-0 in our last 6 daily double picks, and 17-13-1 in our last 21 picks in that same category. We're also 4-0 in our last 4 Major League Baseball package plays, and we are 14-3-1 in our last 18 college football plays. You can find all that information on the website in the description section below. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, guys, we got ourselves some more divisional playoff baseball, so let's go ahead and begin. And we're going to start with the Rays taking on the Astros, 2:05 Eastern first pitch in Houston. The Astros are minus 215, total 7.5. Not a whole lot of movement on the total in the early wagering here. Pretty good two-way action there. Now, we did see a nickel move toward Houston in the early betting. The Astros open 210 up to minus 215. Total open M remains at 7.5. 63% of the consensus is leaning toward Houston. 64% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Rays are plus 195 on the money line. Houston minus $1.05, laying the 1.5. We have Tyler Glasnow for the Rays, Justin Verlander for the Astros. Now, if you like Tyler Glasnow in this matchup here, he's 6-1 on the year with a 1.78 ERA. Now, Tampa Bay has been very good on the road this year. They went 49-33 when traveling. They're also 45-37 against the spread in that same category. They're 10-2 in their last 12 Tyler Glasnow starts. They're also 4-0 since his return in September. Now, the Rays are third in striking batters out on the road, fifth in hits allowed on the road. Meanwhile, when it comes to the scoring, the Rays are 10-2 to the under in their last 12 Tyler Glasnow starts. Meanwhile, Houston on the other side, they're 10-4 to the under in their last 14 Justin Verlander starts. So I think Tampa Bay should be able to keep this one close. Not projecting a whole lot of scoring in this one. Give me Tampa Bay plus 1.5 and the under 7.5 in that game. Next matchup, Cardinals, Braves, 437 Atlanta. The Cardinals are minus 130 on the road, total 8.5. Saw a nickel move towards St. Louis, movement upward on the total. The Cards open $1.25 up to minus 130, total open 8 up to 8.5. 51% of the consensus is leaning toward Atlanta. 70% shaded toward the over. Right now, Atlanta's plus 120 on the money line. St. Louis plus $1.40, laying the 1.5. We have Jack Flaherty for the Cards, Mike Foltynewicz for the Braves. Folty's coming into this game with a 4.54 ERA. Meanwhile, Jack Flaherty on the other side for St. Louis, 11-8 on the year, 2.75 ERA, 231 strikeouts. Now, the Braves are 20th in offensive Ks. They're also 19th in walks and hits allowed. One more thing to add about Atlanta, they're 22nd in striking batters out at home, and they've covered just 39 out of 82 at SunTrust Park. Now, St. Louis on the other side, they're pretty good cashing on that run line when traveling. They're 45-37 ATS on the road. They've also won 7 out of their last 9 road games outright. And they are 10-4 in their last 14 Jack Flaherty starts. A couple more things to add about the Cardinals. They are 5th in runs allowed on average per game, 5th in hits allowed on average per game as well. And they are 10th in striking batters out on the road. Now, total-wise, St. Louis is 2-1 to the over in their last 3 Jack Flaherty starts. They're also 7-1 to the over in their last 8 ball games in Atlanta. Meanwhile, the Braves on the other side, 4-2 to the over in their last 6. They're also 12-5 to the over in their last 17, taking on St. Louis if you're into historical trends. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean toward the road chalk in this one. Give me the Cardinals minus 130 and the over 8.5 runs in that game. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Friday's Major League Baseball action. Happy Friday. Couldn't come fast enough. Happy Friday. The weekend is finally here. Now, before we go ahead and cap our next 2 games, I just want to quickly remind you guys once again to just check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 21-9-2 in our last 32 plays across the board, across all memberships. We're also 5-1 in our last 6 daily best plays, 6-0 in our last 6 daily doubles, and we are 17-3-1 in our last 21 daily doubles. We're also 4-0 in our Major League Baseball tier in our last 4 plays in that package, and we are 14-3-1 on the college football season. There's also plenty of free content on that site, including my current record. That's right on the homepage. So click that link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into our next couple of games. And on deck, we've got ourselves the Twins taking on the Yankees, 7:07 Eastern first pitch at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. The Yankees are minus 185, total 9.5. Now, we haven't seen a whole lot of movement when it comes to the money line. Pretty good two-way action there. But we did see a lot of movement toward the over in the early wagering. The Yankees open and remain minus 185. Total open 8.5, all the way up to 9.5. 56% of the consensus is leaning toward the Yankees, 73% leaning toward the over. Right now, the Twins are plus 165 for an outright win. The Yankees are catching even money on the run line. We have Jose Barrios for the Twins, James Paxton for the Yankees. This is Paxton's first career playoff start, so keep that in the back of your mind. Now, Barrios on the other side for the Twins, 14-8 on the year, 3.68 ERA, 195 strikeouts. The Yankees, believe it or not, ranked 17th in home offensive strikeouts. They're also 19th in home offensive walks, and they dropped 4 out of their last 5 ball games, so really kind of crawling past the finish line to end the season. Now, the Twins on the other side, they're winning 71% of their games following a day off this year. They're also posting a win percentage of .679 on the road. They're 6-1 in their last 7, so although they pretty much had this playoff spot locked up weeks ago, really finishing strong, winning 6 out of their last 7. They're also 5-3 in their last 8 Barrios starts. The Twins, second in road scoring, first in road hits, third in walks allowed on the road as well. And when it comes to the total, the Yankees are 46-35 to the under at home, 9-3 to the under in their last 12 at Yankee Stadium. And the Twins on the other side, 5-1 to the under in their last 6 when traveling. I think they should keep it close. They might win it outright, but I think they'll definitely keep it close. So give me the Minnesota Twins plus 1.5 and the under 9.5 in that game. And we're going to slide into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Washington Nationals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers, 9:37 Dodger Stadium. Now, this is anticlimactic because this game is currently off the board. No lines currently posted for this game at the moment. We do have ourselves a great pitching matchup, however. We have Steven Strasburg for the Nats, Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. Kershaw comes into this game with a 16-5 record, 3.03 ERA, 189 strikeouts. Now, the Nats have dropped 4 out of their last 5 head-to-head matchups with the Dodgers. Los Angeles on the other side, 3-0 in their last 3 Kershaw starts, 10-3 in their last 13 Kershaw starts. When it comes to the Dodgers, they are 60-22 at home this year, first in runs allowed, first in hits allowed. So although we have no line currently posted for this game, I think the Dodgers should win this one outright. Give me the Dodgers winning this game outright for some money line cash. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and slide into our quick pick recap, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. We got the Dodgers winning that one outright for some money line cash. Twins plus 1.5, under 9.5. Cards minus 130, over 8.5. And last but certainly not least, we have the Rays plus 1.5 in the under 7.5 in that game. All right, guys, we haven't done this in a while. Let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. Shout out to Dan Russell, Young Vo, Kev Z, 283. Shout out to Paul Harris, Forceful, Vaz Vegas, Pittsburgh Gentleman PA, Raider Shoes 510, Armando Garcia, Johnny Rocket, Eric Card, HK Toe, Black Rogue, Ronnie Christie, 1K Eric, Jake Bobby 305, And last but certainly not least, my good friend, Jerry, we the best. No, Jerry, you're the best. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on my website, patreon.com/BrockPage. We are 21-9-2 in our last 32 plays on that site, 5-1 in our last 6 daily best plays. We're on a nice hot 6-game winning streak in our daily double package. We're also 17-3-1 in our last 21 daily double plays, 4-0 in our last 4 Major League Baseball tier package plays, and we are 14-3-1 in our college football package for the year. Once again, check me out on that site. Plenty of free content there as well, including my current record in many different categories. That's patreon.com/BrockPage. Most importantly, guys, it's Friday, so happy Friday to you. The weekend's here, and I got to thank you for tuning in right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.